week at the Farmers Market. I'm Mindy McCulley, County Extension Agent for Family and Consumer Science here in Barron County. Throughout the summer, we're going to be exploring some of the products that you will find available at your local Kentucky farmers markets. And we will use those Kentucky Proud products in recipes that are part of the Plated Up Kentucky Proud project. Those recipes are available at your local extension office. The recipe that we're going to be featuring today is red potato salad. This salad, of course, uses our new potatoes. Typically in Kentucky, new potatoes are available beginning in late June. However, we find that our producers are utilizing new techniques such as high tunnels or greenhouses to lengthen the growing season just a little bit. And so we're finding that we are able to access potatoes a little bit earlier in the season. So look for your potatoes at your farmer's market now. When you're storing your potato, you want to keep it in a cool, dark place. About 45 degrees is an optimum temperature. If you expose your new potatoes to light and to heat, then there can be detrimental effects to the product, and that it might sprout or it might shrivel. And so that would not be the ideal product for use in our recipes. You might notice that some of your potatoes have a green cast on the peel or on the skin, and that is something that you do not want to eat. And so you'll want to just remove that and discard it before you prepare your recipes. Also, when you are scrubbing or preparing your potatoes, you'll want to scrub them well, because potatoes are a product that grow in the ground, and so they're in direct contact with that dirt, and so you want to remove the dirt prior to preparing your recipes. When you're washing your potatoes, you just want to wash them under warm water, and just use a soft vegetable brush to make sure you get all of that dirt out of your potatoes. And you can just scrub around. This is a good time to check your potatoes to make sure there are none of the green spots of chlorophyll that we talked about. We don't want that to eat that. So we'll do that. Wash our potatoes well and inspect them at the same time. And this potato brush just does a really good job. You can hold it in your palm and you can scrub all of the impurities and all of the nastiness off of the potato, and you're ready to go. Our recipe calls for 6 medium potatoes cut into 1.5 inch pieces. So we're just going to carefully cut these potatoes. Now, when you're using your knife, make sure you keep the tip of the knife on the surface and just pull backwards, making sure you avoid those fingers. We don't want to chop up any fingers. 1.5 pieces might be hard to gauge, but just think about when you're eating potato salad, what size bites do you want? Do you want a big chunk, or do you want a small bite? And then we're just going to put those potatoes right into our boiling water. And we'll be ready for the next step. Once I've drained the potatoes, I like to run them under just a light stream of cool water. This helps to rinse off any of the residue starches, and it also helps to stop the cooking process. Our recipe calls for 4 cups of fresh green beans cut into 1.5 inch pieces. And you can take 3 or 4 at a time to make this a little bit less time consuming. Once again, we're going to keep our knife on the cutting board, and we're just going to slice down 1.5 inch pieces. And like I said, take several at a time to speed along the process. So it will make it go a little bit quicker for you. So we're just going to kind of line them up and cut. And then once we have all of these green beans cut into 1.5 inch pieces, we're going to cook them just until they're crisp tender. Now, I do not like my green beans mushy at all for any reason, but especially in this salad, you want to make sure that your green beans are still crispy to the taste, because you'll want that in your salad. You're not going to want a really mushy green bean in a salad. To finish off this great red potato salad, we're going to mix just a 1/4 of a cup of mayonnaise. And we're going to add 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. And then 2 teaspoons of chopped fresh oregano. We want to get all of that oregano in there. You know, when you chop that oregano, it releases the oils that make the scent and the flavor. So then a little bit of salt and pepper. And then we're just going to mix that up. So that makes our dressing that well. You can use a whisk and get that really nice and smooth. My spatula here is doing the job as well. Okay, and so now we're ready to put together our salad. We have our nice red potatoes. You notice I left the skins on. We want to maintain all of the fiber that we can, and so leaving the skins on is a great way to do that. And then we're mixing in the green beans that we cooked just till crisp tender. And then I'm adding 1 red bell pepper and 1 yellow bell pepper. And then 1 cup of chopped cherry tomatoes. So that all gets mixed together in our salad. And we're just going to toss that together, and look at all of those beautiful colors. You know, they just look so pretty. When you mix the brighter and more vibrant the colors that you find in your vegetables, the more intense the vegetables are. So you'll want to get the most nutritional bang for your buck that you can, and in doing so, you want those bright, bright colors. So we're going to mix those together, and then we're just going to pour the dressing over top. And we're going to let that mix really well. Now we want to serve this salad cold. So I blanched my green beans, and then I ran them under cold water, and the potatoes as well. I wanted them to be cold. And then I also am going to refrigerate it, probably for at least an hour, but as long as overnight before I serve this dish, because we want it to be just as flavorful as possible. And adding all of those flavors together and letting them sit overnight will give them the chance to really absorb the flavors of the neighbor. So we have this pretty salad, and if you'll come back, we will plate this up and you can see the finished product. Thank you for joining me for this week at the Farmer's Market. I hope you'll try our red potato salad and find that it is just as tasty as that old favorite that we're used to at our summer barbecues. Join me again as we plated up Kentucky Proud using the great produce that's available across our state.